We need to find the schlong bearers. I could go into the files and delete your ears if I wanted to, asshole. I'm your god. I'm going cold turkey on vagina. And I happen to want to fuck him in exactly 16 years. Hope I don't confuse my skull and my bell end again. Nothing but tongue on their mind all the time. I'm gonna get a magical, mystical blowjob if it ends me, and it will.
Hilarious. Like and subscribe.
Wow! One shot, drown the arsehole. Didn't I say crushed creature? You've been in this time loop for so long you've forgotten what a man is. Creature? Or did you just want to insult the corpse? Fair enough. Almost everyone out here deserves it. Can't say I blame you. Hello, Cynthia. Already know who you are.
Wait, what? God, am I going out of my mind? Are you going to let me go or not?
I'm sorry, but if I let you go, everyone else is going to die.
What?
It's too dangerous. Let me see if I can persuade Sentius to let you go. Now we get to hang out with Sentius. I can't believe that isn't an objective that carries over. She just goes back to working out. Pumping that, well, not iron, skin, man chunks. Nice.
I hope you have a good reason for flouting my weapons ban.
I just like big gun. Big fan of blood. Favorite beverage.
Do you have any news about your
I know what you did to Cynthia.
Me? What are you talking about?
Is it actually not you? Okay, you're keeping it tied up in the cistern. No, that's definitely an evil laugh.
You remind me of him.
Who?
Al Worth.
You remember everything!
The fellow who came through the portal before you.
You remember him? How can you know all of this?
Come now. Surely you didn't think there was only one here who remembered everything.
Thank fuck I've got quick save abilities!
My connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one room to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident.
Oh, this is big!
But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you're a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules.
How did he even get out long enough to hang himself? I get shot out
Never
right in the
once
same place every time.
compromised his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted.
How many years has he been doing
When he finally saw
this?
the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I mean, you've lived through the day, what, 5 times? Extremely impressive.
Is that it?
And yet everything
feels
you've
like 1,000.
done has been in vain.
I've been a busy
Because
boy.
there's no escape, except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Best to take your own life now. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
Glock time right now. You knew there was a way out, and even locked up your own daughter to keep it a secret. Why?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity.
Couldn't Al have left me a fucking golden bow? Or anything?
I have found a way to
Piece of
prolong
damn
my
wine.
life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself?
Hand over the key to the exit.
And why would I agree to that?
Because I'll reload the save if you don't. If you don't hand it over, you'll have an uprising on your hands. That doesn't change anything. What the fuck am I thinking? Was that the soldier just walks past? It's the right thing to do. I've got no argument here.
You and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about your opinions or what happens where you're from. Least of all, me. Understand that to me, you've never been anything more than a useful idiot.
How am I even useful? Oh yeah, I got rid of the other guy.
Useful.
If you don't hand it over, you'll have an uprising on your hands.
You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me, everyone dies.
What's to stop me taking it by force? The exact same thing, idiot!
The only way you're getting this key is over my dead body.
Oh, is it actually in your
If
body? I have to wait for your corpse to void your bowels.
Again, meaning you'll have created a paradox. You see, it was my actions that brought you to this point in time. So if you kill me, you'll stop me from doing so, and you being here will be an impossibility. That means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caused the deaths of everyone here, and you'll never be able to undo it. Is that what you want?
Well, it's a paradox. That means none of it would have ever happened anyway, right? This isn't over, Sentius.
I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to
But I'm
extend my
not a
life
citizen,
for me.
which means I think he can kill me and it doesn't cause any problems. I'll find a way to break this cycle, and you with it.
What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and
He looks
neither
like he has tiny
do
little
I.
horns on his
Now,
eyelids.
get out
What
of
a
my
cutie.
villa. I'm bored with you.
Fuck. He's actually kinda cool. He was always a bit cool. He had this strange, effortless gravitas. Now that I know it's fucking real. Oh, where is your daughter? Where's the other one? She's not locked up too, is she? Someone must have overheard us. Horatius walked right past. Maybe I can just tell people. Oh, you evil little cunt.
What is that thing, and why are you pointing it at me?
It's a gun. Planning on I'm not trying to kill you with it. What the fuck do you mean?
If you kill me, we all die. Remember?
Well, it's a bit fun to threaten,
If
isn't
I
it?
die, I won't be able to open the
I can at least
portal
beat
for
him
you
with it,
again.
within an inch of his
You have
life, and drag his
created
corpse
a
over there.
paradox.
I'm kind of intrigued as to what happens if I do just shoot him. He does? Or Pluto? Everyone's favorite loving Disney pup. It's ruining the lives of hundreds. Man, that was such a cool twist. I really liked that. Alright, let's talk to the lady. Can I tell everyone?
Ave again.
Oh, she's
Did
so
you
happy.
find what
I'm
you
sorry the world is over. I'd like to nominate Galerius.
Oh, what a good idea. He is a virtuous and decent man after all. I happen to agree he'd make a wonderful
And I happen to want to
magistrate.
fuck him in exactly 16 years. All it takes is one nice happy bullet.
That lamp, never have I seen its equal.
Because you only know one that's gonna scorch you. The best this is gonna do is if I touch the end, I'll just go, ah, ooh, and then I'll suck my finger for like 3 seconds and it'll be all over. The power of technology, everyone. Really the future in the making. He's right there. Goodbye, freed slave. Oh god, everyone here's a slave. All the important people. How are people aren't gonna vote for you, Mr.
Sorry
Filth?
again, my Sisyphean friend. Oh, and I'm in the running for magistrate. Feeling kind of nervous, but I'm hoping it'll all be worth it when I order Dooley's release. I just hope I'll have the votes I need. Now, what's on your mind?
Meliodas withdrew from the
He
election.
did? That was unexpected. I wonder what could have possessed him to do that. Well, guess it's time for me to step up then. I'll let Equitia know I'll be running.
Vote for the grain sack with a face. You don't even need a slogan, just
All
tell
right,
people
friend.
that. Why is everyone bald? Do you think this guy's bald underneath? I don't see any ounce of follicle. I love the final boss music. Throughout the most mundane shit. Yeah, I'm trying to fucking discuss politics with you, lady. She doesn't care. She can't vote. She's lady. Forgot about that. We need to find the men. We need to find the schlong bearers. No one cares. I saved you from homophobia. Who are you gonna vote for?
Galerius, definitely. He put an end to the notes and graffiti I've been receiving.
Hey, she can't vote. Also, bread disease lady hasn't even met me today. Does the criminal get a vote? I guess he's not technically imprisoned. Votes, please. Yes!
Did you know he saved the life of my young friend Fabia? The man is a hero.
Oh, fabulous Ian, I forgot.
But of
I
course.
can't believe I allowed him to take credit for all my lovely good deeds. But whatever, I guess he did it in this timeline. Do you think Autisticus gets a vote? I'm not even gonna try, because I think I know where that one's going. I would never trust a bald man. Why? You think they're hiding their hair somewhere? You think it contains some dark, dastardly secrets, so they've just like forcefully retracted it into their scalp? This guy! I'm gonna make this guy vote for Galerius. I wonder if I can make the dude I got out of the running vote the other way. Because he's gotta hate the other motherfucker. Who are you voting for?
I'm not going.
Oh, damn it, you're a Gen Zer.
Whatever.
And I want to take on the face of God. I'm literally doing this so I can steal a fucking autistic man's iPad. That's the only reason that we want Galerius to win the fucking election. That's lady, you are irrelevant right now. I'm going cold turkey on vagina, at least until after the election. I'm going cold vagina on turkey. Not in the heat for those little fuckers. I just hope word doesn't get back to Sentius that he's got another runner in the midst. Oh, maybe we can put him in jail. But then if someone dies, the time loop can't be restarted. We're gonna have to put him in jail right by the time loop portal and just hope I get there in time to make sure he doesn't get riddled with cheese arrows. Christmas leftover stuffed cold turkey in there, go on. First you stuff the turkey, then the turkey stuffs you. I can't find anywhere. We're just gonna start the election. What's the status of the election?
Completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Galerius, the challenger. Why do you ask?
The unbent come. Can we start the election now?
As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk, but I suppose I could hold it sooner, if there's a good reason.
World's about to die if we don't. Does that help? Holding it early may prevent conflict between the voters. Yes. Okay, sure. Let's go with that.
I've overheard some rather unpleasant.
Because she doesn't love us quite as much as she did. Because I think I've said 3 whole words to her at the start, but apparently I can sway her into changing the course of her entire city.
Citizens, it is time. Let us.
I thought you said you weren't coming. Oh no, that's just where he lives. No need to kill him, not this time. Let's go, Gorg! Can I catch anyone along the way? Wait, why are we going this way? Where do we elect? In the bathhouse? Which politician do you like the look of most naked? Okay, we'll go with that one. It was this way all along. I'm a fucking idiot. And he came out of the toilet. This guy died having a great time. Trying to eat his own fingers, but, you know, each to their own. I'm sure they were delicious. Like pepperami without any of the spices. There he is. He came here very, very quickly. He has portals that I don't know about. Dacius is probably going to vote for this motherfucker, but then again, he's a criminal and this guy upholds the rule of law. If he doesn't, he has to kill himself again.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here.
Oh, you noticed my quorate body, I see. What?
The candidates are...
Author makes the case against the existence of the Golden Rule. By Dorotus the Younger. As per our custom, I shall begin paying my respects to the god responsible for this city. For our continued prosperity and tranquil seclusion, he deserves admiration. But here I must depart from custom. For his attempted imposing strict rule upon us is oppressive and overreaching, deserving of contempt.
Let's make this quick. As I say your name,
Nightmares.
call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sort of Damocles.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
No!
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
Fuck yeah!
The man who treated my rheumatism.
Fuck yeah!
Citizens, you have made
He
your
got like
decision.
2 votes.
Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius
And his scrote skin
Helva.
face sags even more.
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make
An honorable man.
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted.
And fuck
Now
you all
that
for making
put
it
your
happen.
Trust in me. I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down.
I
I'll
love
need
this
some time
game.
to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed.
Yay!
Horatius, release him from his
I bet he
cell
actually
immediately.
does break the golden rule
Please.
immediately now.
Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not.
He's absolutely
That's it.
Alistair from
You can
Dragon Age.
all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
Oh, but we could never look away from that pretty baby boy. Talk to me, Sentius.
Do you have any news about your...
What? Oh, because he's in public. What happens now that you're no longer magistrate?
Nothing really. It won't be long before the golden rule is broken and everything will be reset. I dare say it won't affect me in the slightest.
I want so many bullets in your mouth. Alright, well, I gotta find someone interesting before he goes and breaks the world.
You're going to let me out?
I'm sorry it took so long, my friend. It wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will.
Give me my iPad,
will.
Milky Brain.
Thank you, Galerius. I'm so happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me.
Ugh.
Why don't you go to the baths?
He's just
Then
got
tell
root
Georgius I said
ginger
you
in
got
here,
some
keeping him
votes.
company.
Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
This guy's got a house. Very nice. Oh, his neck is like a withdrawing turtle.
I'm Dooley. Magistrate Galerius said I should thank the newcomer. Are you the newcomer?
Hello, Albino Shrek. Yes, I am. We've met before, Dooley.
Oh, sorry. I don't remember things so good. But thank you. You're a big helper. I was locked up, but they let me out again. I'm so happy.
It looks like we're all locked in here together now. This was all a big ruse, and he can't tell the fucking difference. I wandered in here, and now I'm locked up forever with you. Oh, I gotta put that root ginger to use. It's the only food we'll ever get for the rest of our lives now.
You can have my shiny plaque if you want.
Yes,
Maybe
please.
you
Give
can
me
help
your
find
teeth
my
shavings.
treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me, and he said he always would, but then he died. But before that, he told me if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious.
For some reason, I assumed this was the plaque. What was it? Oh, I did? I did.
What was in there? Was it gold and pearls and shiny things? Do you think you could share some with me?
No, but I learned very important things in there, and I think they might help us even more.
I'm confused. Hannibal said it was a precious secret. It's not a treasure.
It's precious. It's not in the way we thought.
Oh, alright.
I don't know what he was talking
you.
about. This was in the system,
look
wasn't it?
over there. Something shiny. Is it treasure?
That's fire, my friend. Go get your fill.
I can see it for myself. So pretty. And it's just
No.
Maybe nobody
No.
wants it.
What are you doing?
Maybe no one will mind.
Okay, you didn't mean the fire, but what the fuck is it? I need this first. Hades, Lord of the Many. What are you going for? Brass mirror. Okay, he's just looking at himself. He thinks he's the prettiest item he's ever seen in his life. No, don't take it. He is about to commit the crime. He's having a lovely little time here. I've got all the plaques. Only the obelisk remains, and I'd like to speak to Galerius one last time if I can. Oh, and Priestess, you've been really cool throughout the entire fucking thing.
Galerius won. He's our new magistrate, which is wonderful news.
He knows nothing about politics and will be sending us to war with an army of rats or something. What the hell is going on here? You okay?
Shalom.
Shalom to you
All right.
too. Calm the fuck down, sir?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Why? Why? Sentius, we gotta go, man! Oh, why do I have to work with you one last fucking time? Damn it! I thought I did it right! Someone committed crime, and I think it's our adorable little bastard. Get out of the damn way. Fuck it. Ah! Money! Money, money, money. Okay, I've got to walk right back out past that. That's gonna be fun. Can I block you? Ah! We can take 3 hits from a golden arrow, but no more. I don't actually know what happens if I die here. But Al never died here, right? Although he was shot with a golden arrow, he just managed to kill himself first. Good for you, buddy. Absolutely genius. Alright, wormhole. One last fucking time. That'll be one whole worm, please. But I'm still injured. He's not going to ask me while I'm bleeding out, is he? And you're back to being a normal fucking idiot.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost?
Oh, he does talk about that. That's cool. The amount of times I have to make my way into that worm's hole. It will be the fucking last, I hope. Aurelia, let's tell her she's a bitch, because I haven't managed to do that yet, and I want to see what happens. Yes, I'm very pretty, I know. Is it because I'm bleeding out right now? Is that why you're in love with me? Don't waste your breath. I know you're a horrible person.
How dare you? Get away from me, you pig.
That's exactly the response I wanted. Although once I break this, I think everything's fine. I think none of this ever happened and they just get to go in peace, right? It's almost a shame. But, I mean, if this afterlife exists, then hopefully a half-fucking decent afterlife exists too. And potentially an absolutely horrifying one. Just for that prick over there. I feel like I shouldn't confront Karen without... Oh my Christ! Oh, is he still doing all the jobs? That's cool. I like that a lot. Holy shit, hi. I got here just in time. It's so cool that you have him doing all that shit. He is a bit of a filthy degenerate, isn't he? But he's my filthy degenerate. Just for me, Mr. Clean. What a laugh!
Are you out of your mind, farm boy?
All right, I'll withdraw, and Ulpius and Julia are free.
Didn't even need to fuck his wife this time. Thanks for the key, by the way.
Good news, Ulpius.
What are you doing down here? He didn't have time to get to his favorite suicide spot? Okay, good. I didn't. Where are you? There's no more for you to do. I've seen you do literally everything I've done throughout the entire game, and you speedran it. I would love to so much. He's not even that much of a boss. He's just blindly loyal. He just wants to be able to show off his massive warhammer again. And you know what? We've all been there. But unfortunately, OnlyFans won't be invented for another like 2,000 years, man. I'm sorry. Oh my fucking Christ. What's happening? I hope we've got him so excited from doing all these lovely good deeds that he'll just immediately spring his love on her in a way that isn't, you know, scary.
Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
You're welcome. Also, you're blinded.
Citizens, I have an announcement.
No one's around and you're like, citizens, I'd like to announce. No one can hear you. You can't ASMR this. The world needs to know. Yes!
I'd like to nominate myself.
I didn't even have to get involved. I don't think I even told him to do that.
Galerius, that's your right.
No, we love rights. Look at Rome not being a complete utter shithole. I have a feeling you'll do amazing.
Oh, that's kind of you to say.
Well, I am a bit in love with you and possibly your clone. Those glutes are going to be so powerful after like just one other cycle. Your rectum will be a nutcracker. Well, as if it wasn't already. Look at you. Oh, but I also want the boy to be freed before I go and fight the devil himself. But Sentius doesn't want me to go back to my time, right? He wants me to be wrong. It must be Sentius breaking the golden rule. There's something I'm not seeing. To me, it doesn't even seem to be in town. And it's nowhere that has golden statues because otherwise the golden statues should be able to tell me because they see everything, right? They're a collective consciousness. Unless they have to Chinese whisper their way to me every single fucking time. And, you know, sometimes they're a little bit too far away. It gets all garbled to the point where it's just nothing but tongue on their mind all the time. Dispata! Oh, that's Plato, so that's Roman. Plato. I guess that's Sumerian, because that doesn't look like any hieroglyphs I've ever seen. And that's definitely hieroglyphs, so we got Roman, Sumerian, Egyptian, Greek. Whew. Yes! What? Did I just apocalypse anywhere else? I just opened the doors for me. Well, that's extra pretty. Thank you. No, don't close. Don't close. Oh, it opens every other time. That completely ruined any kind of coolness that that situation had. That lady's got dreads. That's Sumerian? No, actually, you're all Roman. I forgot, like, all civilizations pretty much had dreads. Vika's name? Hades. Shit. What if I get this wrong? Pluto, father of riches. Grant me an audience. No, it's gonna be the oldest, right? Nurgle the fierce one? Did I just end the world? Well, no one's dead. It's not Nurgle. So it's not the oldest one, because Samaria was Nurgle, right? Oh, it just opened the door. Maybe I was right. Maybe it's all of them. It says he's the boy of many names, right? Sure, God loves being called boy. This one doesn't want to look at me no matter what. He's desperately trying to avoid it. Interesting. This looks Greek to me, so we're gonna go with Hades. Lord of many, grant me an audience. Oh, I'm such a fucking genius. That's so cool. Although there's no gold statues down here. Why did that only start? Oh no, okay, he's got a couple. I guess not many survived. All the rest were made out of shitty stone and then cut in half because that's just the way he likes it. Nurgle, the fierce one, grant me an audience. I'm an idiot. For some reason I was like, oh yeah, the color of the door, that's what we're going with. What the fucking door looks like, that's all that matters. Pluto, Hades, Osiris, Nurgle. Really does just sound like a fucking Garfield character. There's nothing intimidating about Nurgle at all. Yeah, if anything was gonna torment me in the afterlife, anything was gonna make my life completely just not worth living, it's Garfield. On repeat, forever. Hades. I feel like I should really be paying much more respect to this place, but nope. I run through everything. Osiris, Lord of Silence. Oh, Sumerians actually have a pretty good-looking place. I'd argue much prettier than the Egyptians. It's Mesopotamian, isn't it? Nargal, the fierce one. Grant me an audience. Hello? Yeah, it was just a big old VR experience escape room. This is not what I expected. What the fuck is this? No wonder the city was forgotten. No one had even conceived of it yet. This looks beautiful. Hi, pretty boy. Who the fuck are you? Oh god, look at the little ghostly baby. Now, if you think I'm saving you over the pretty girl, you're very wrong.
Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You're unlike the others.
Yeah, I'm fucking packing,
and what
dude.
is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly that there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity.
Why have you got like Christmas baubles in your eye sockets? What's your story, man? Are you responsible for the Golden Rule?
That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing.
What do you consider a sin?
I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own.
So if something feels wrong to me, don't fucking do it.
Hammurabi or your 12 tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations.
Which you've shown off very well in this game, actually.
The rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The
That was just
defined it
torture.
with, avoid doing what you would blame others for doing.
Friendly
The Roman
torture.
Stoics added, treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you.
Classist torture.
Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
T-posing
It
torture.
is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not?
Because humans are fucking stupid, dude. I've always lived my life that way. Maybe don't lie to Satan. Extra sexy movie star Satan with a little glint in his eye. Anyone ever told you you could be a model, dude? Principle is not as easy to apply as it sounds. Doesn't seem like you've been upholding it either. Why? That's his entire job. He's here to judge people, and if they do a bad, if they do a naughty, he crushes them. He doesn't need to uphold. He's a god, man. Why does he care about morals? He invented them. That principle is not as easy to apply as it sounds.
For you, perhaps.
Or maybe I'm meant to undo him. Oh, I've seen some terrible things here that you didn't consider a sin. How could you let them happen?
Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations, or are you going to give me an example?
Bullying? No. Abduction? That did a bit happen. Suicide is not... Why would I consider that a sin? Or am I saying that you allowed it to get to the situation in which he would need to, or feel the need to? Price gouging. Yeah, you allowed capitalism, Mystic Bezos.
The merchant. How is that inconsistent with the rule I've outlined?
He wouldn't want someone else to demand an outrageous price for the medicine he needed if he was dying.
I disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others, and he would be quite capable of paying the price anyway.
You can't know what he would expect. You're just speculating.
Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would want if they found themselves in another situation.
Doesn't that make it inherently subjective and unreliable?
Not if we're wise enough to know the mind of man.
And you think you know the minds of other people?
Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want?
I am right, and you know it. Gods of the underworld don't bluff.
Now tell me, what other sins do you believe I have overlooked?
Experiments on the golden statues.
The midwife and the palace, yes. How is that inconsistent with the rule?
She wouldn't want to be experimented upon if she was gilded.
The rule is do unto others, meaning other people. Those statues are something else now. Bloodless shadows, mere shapes of their former selves.
And they pain? I know they do.
What happens to them is no concern of mine.
They also clearly have sexual desire. They love it when I shoot them in the eye socket. It seems to be an extremely literal interpretation of the rule.
Applying this rule always requires us to interpret the meaning of the words. A literal interpretation helps to minimize the ambiguities of your primitive language.
Oh, thank you so much. You're using my damn language. You probably gave it to us. Throw her in the shower if she doesn't calm the fuck down.
Supposing you're right and my law has been broken.
The fact that we always end up here means that he will do that, I think. Debt bondage.
You speak of the moneylender. How is that inconsistent with the rule?
The way he used it. He wouldn't want to be trapped in a 30-year labor contract because of a loan.
And he would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. All he did was enforce the terms of a contract signed voluntarily by others.
Well, maybe not him then, but the fucker who tricked him into it. The whole concept of debt bondage, like slavery, is unethical. It's illegal under international law where I'm from.
Ignoring your irritating sense of moral superiority.
Yeah, maybe don't come from a holier-than-thou place with someone who's actually holy. It's customary to take out a loan to buy a house, in some places to pay for an education.
I see. And how long might it take such a person to repay their debt?
Depends. Typically decades. Sometimes they're entirely— Oh, he fucked me!
I fail to see how your system of loans is significantly different to a debt bondsman signing over his labor for 30 years.
How can you be so disgustingly right? It is the same thing. I can't beat him there. It's the same thing with a few less whippings, I guess. So, arguably worse. Abduction.
Abduction? You mean the magistrate imprisoning his daughter in the cistern?
You think the daughter wanted to be
He did so because she
imprisoned
sought
her
to
dad?
escape. A sin I take particularly seriously. Better that he stops her from escaping, albeit brutishly, than I have to wipe out this entire city to punish her.
Pretty cruel that he left her tied up with the fucking exit in sight, right? I disagree with that.
Supposing...
I hate you! He doesn't let me disagree. He's such a meanie. Suicide, I guess. We'll go to it.
No such thing. But in any case...
Wait, you
taking
reset
one's
too?
own life is a self-directed act. It is not one that is done to others, however they may be affected by it. Therefore, it cannot be said that one who commits suicide has done anything unto others.
I've had enough. Just shows how unreliable and subjective your moral code is. You're no better at judging right from wrong than any human.
Do you honestly think you could do better?
That's the point. I just said any other human. No, but that's my point. Nobody's grasp of right and wrong is so perfect they can be trusted with all this power. You've become a tyrant.
I should strike you down for that.
Give it a shot. I got a gun. And if you did, you'd be proving my point.
Now, did you have any other questions before your reckoning?
Where did these golden bows come from?
When my kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited.
When your gods departed? Or your homies? The boys? With which you crack open cold ones, perhaps?
Who the Romans called Diana. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them and equipped them each with a duplicate of her bow.
Oh, you can just do that? That's hacking,
hunting
dude.
down the Forsaken at my behest. They became known simply as
the furries. Why turn people to gold?
That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife, a prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, two were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets, and rings fashioned from gold. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold, and when her prayer went unanswered, she took matters into her own hands. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat where she broke her neck on the rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer.
And do it to the rest of the world too, fuckface?
I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold.
Owie!
And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all, to make way for a new wave, and began the wager again. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls of this city, inanimate but conscious, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity, the silent golden sentinels.
So who the fuck is whispering to me through them? And how the hell could that possibly feel? I mean, that takes breath. That means they're having, like, forced their lungs out of confinement. Oh, some god is torturing them more than you ever did. How do you know when people sin?
I'm able to commune with all of the statues in the city.
But clearly so is someone else.
Their ears are my ears, and their eyes are my eyes.
Is the prosperous Peen connected to the statues in the same way?
If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she's not. Why do you ask?
Yeah, we stared right at her. Oh my god, the magistrate basically knew what we were thinking at all fucking times. How is the god not gonna?
Then what an odd question.
So you're responsible for destroying all these lives?
I give your kind a second chance at life, as well as ample warning about my law. And when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing terrible suffering upon yourselves. And so you ask if I am the one destroying your lives. And I say, no, you destroy yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it.
No one can abide by these rules, not forever. Especially when Autisticus does it completely by accident. This shit doesn't work. He came here a broken man. He's bound to break your damn rules. What is this place?
It has come to be known simply as the Underworld. And it exists because of a wager I made long ago.
Oh, you sneaky prick. It's because of your gambling debts. Someone threw you out of actual Godhouse. Ugh, what a wonderful sitcom that would be. How did humans learn about the Underworld?
It is a regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place was a king of Sumer and a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people, on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely, and he told stories of this place as if describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Nice!
His words were twisted and distorted over generations. Later, the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine.
It's literally just like one bridge and 4 doors.
The Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place in their priests' pursuit of profit.
So this technically counts as heaven too, huh?
They proved far more cunning, and in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped.
Since our line is just why he's terrible at his job, and why I'm going to shoot him in the head.
A poet named Orpheus and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained only a seed of truth.
One seed is all you need. How did you decide who comes here?
To ensure the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from silver, a rare element at the time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant and ferried to this place, with no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins, spreading to Egypt like seeds on the wind. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's obol, or as coins for the ferryman. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original tokens.
Well, maybe
fact,
not the ones that they choked the fuck up. That's not normally where you keep the damn coins.
And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind will have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Persephone is along with it.
The prosperous Peen is the only reason we're still surviving, huh? As long as she's here, we've got a way out. Who built the city?
As the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before. They made all the same.
Why are humans such trash all throughout history?
Greeks began to arrive.
Can we just have like one set of good boys? Just one, please? Can we just have a legion of the big G-mans? Or even Autisticus would be better.
Gods and ensure their foundations were forgotten.
What was that? Oh, it was right there the whole time. I've been listening to all this and I have no idea what's going on. What was the wager you made?
That is a long story. One that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day.
Haven't got much better to do than talk to an actual god.
I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric.
So we are in a little spaceship right now?
Your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Persephone saw raw potential in you and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance in agriculture, toolcraft, and law.
Would have been better off to stay as fucking monkeys. Damn.
For a time,
Give banana.
but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, we saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance.
It is our favorite, after all.
My kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty. But my Persephone could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began her inescapable trajectory toward death. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Persephone's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium. No exceptions would be made.
She's still a
But
fucking
seeing that I was
demi-goddess.
aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable
I've
of
heard
living
about
without
this.
sin for a single year,
Oh shit!
then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium. My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter.
Hey, you got like a flying penthouse, dude. I don't think this is a rough deal for you.
So that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess.
Oh, you're a little bit tragic.
And here I am, after all this time, still waiting.
The only sad thing is I'm pretty sure your model is just the grumpier of the gay men, with a slightly better mustache and not terrifying eyebrows. Finally broke out that fucking hair removal cream, I guess. Apparently got it in his eyes too, and now they're glowing, they're burning with all the force of 12 supernovas. Who are your kin?
There were also gods who, like me, have been known.
You know how he's been saying that? Like the entire goddamn time, Mr. Clean?
Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Persephone.
What's your
My story
story?
is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know?
Just want to know how you got beyond Bloodshot. You're very pretty. Oh god, I just sucked my hair into my own mouth. Give me a second, let me go ahead and reposition. If only I could be as bald and fluffy as he is, but I don't want to reveal the giant freckle, because it seems that everyone in game has it, and I'm scared that I have one too. Who's that on your right?
That is my servant.
Oh.
You would have met by the river.
Oh,
She
that's
wears
Karen?
many faces and goes by many names. Kumutubal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions.
Who's the woman on your left? We already know, but I want as much
This
detail as I can
is
possibly
my
get.
beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians.
Ereshkigal?
Isis to
No
the
one thought that was
Egyptians,
hot.
Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpine to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal.
I think that's just an egg in the modern day.
Your gaze lingers too long.
I'm not allowed to look at your lady. You really think she's gonna pick me over the god of the fucking underworld? My eyes aren't nearly that glinty. Why do you look and sound like a man?
My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate with your kind.
Could you not have
In
gone,
time,
you know,
we
full
grew
force
fond
and
of
actually
the
given yourself
sense of
eyeballs?
thoughts, desire, joy, ecstasy, even rage and sorrow, while an acquired taste can be addictive.
Talking to the king of the sad men here, so, you know what, I get you. May I see your true form?
No. Long ago I swore to Persephone that I would
Wow, you fucking love her.
as long as we remained among your kind.
You're doing this out of some kind of genuine, misguided sense of honor. You think you're doing the right thing, but she led me here. She wants me to end you, dude. You're a god.
It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one.
I don't think you're exactly
Your
complaining,
ancestors
though.
revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey.
All those bees out there desperate to get their hands on my fucking PS5. That's all the questions I had.
Good. Then now it is time for your reckoning.
I'm a good boy, I'm a good boy, I'm a good boy, I'm a good boy. Give me head pats.
Something is wrong. It has long been within my power to see into the hearts of mortals and weigh their deeds in life.
Luckily, I'm just a few lines of code, arsehole.
I see only a blank slate, as if you did not exist until you appeared in this city. How is this possible?
As I wiped it
Carol,
fucking clean
where did
with
you
the
find
power
this?
of Mr. Clean.
I do not remember ferrying you.
Did I use the power of actual Karens? Did she just flash her Karen card to some motherfucker, one of your other servants who just couldn't read properly? It's like, yeah, that's the right ferryman of the damned. Maybe you're getting forgetful in your old age. Let's not taunt the gods. I'm from the future.
If that is true, then I sense the intervention of someone powerful.
How did you come to be in this time, mortal? Who brought you here?
The power of an I-9-990K. I was hoping you could tell me.
I do not know. My kin departed long ago, and Proserpine has slumbered for 3,000 years.
Oh, you're a lonely little baby. Shouldn't you know this? The god of the underworld. I guess that means you don't know everything. Ah! They're both questioning him, but I don't know which is the sneakiest, more of a backhand. Oh, maybe that's gonna be enough to knock him out.
Tread lightly.
I'm trying.
Enough of this. It seems I will need to put your reckoning on hold for now.
This is so cool.
And answer this. Why have you come here? What is it you seek?
I really think Galerius is just a very pretty man. I'm just here to sightsee, dude. I'm on my vacation. I'd like you to put an end to the golden rule.
Your hubris is amusing, so I will allow you to make your case. But I warn you, if you anger me or waste my time with lies or wrong-headed arguments...
I hope I screwed on the right head this morning.
So, tell me, why should I put an end to the so-called golden rule?
Hope I don't confuse my skull and my bell end again. The golden rule is corrupting this city and ensuring you'll never win this wager. How can you expect us to live without sin if you can't do it yourself? You're doing this for love. You should know that Sabrina doesn't love you. Bit mean, bit fucking mean. Let's not go with that one.
How so? And be specific. You have made a grave allegation, and I expect you to back it up.
Decius is price gouging for life-saving medicine because he knows nobody can take it by force? Well, that would happen with the golden rule or whatever, right? Oh, no, because he knows nobody can take it by force. But then taking it by force would be a fucking sin, so we gotta find something that isn't a sin on the other side. So paranoid that he's jumping at shadows, like Virgil's sexuality. Do we use the power of the gaze? Do we do it? This man has been banned from another man's butt. He thinks you're gonna kill everybody for it. I say we throw him a fucking grand welcoming party.
He is a volatile and confused fellow, that one.
That's it? Oh, he doesn't fucking care? Trap people in debt bondage, convincing them that rebelling would break the law.
His cruelty does seem to...
It's working! Oh, all of them are good examples. I didn't even notice.
True. I have witnessed him doing that.
It's all the examples I could think of.
Pathetic.
What?
You will need to do a lot better than that.
Do I have to let bad things happen? Do I have to have the city in the worst shape it could possibly be to convince this idiot? That's actually... That's kind of really cool. I like that a lot. How can you expect us to live without sin if you can't do it yourself?
That is a very serious accusation, mortal. What sin have I committed?
Imprisoned your goddamn wife? And yet are pretty disgusted by the dude who's technically imprisoning other people? Then you abduct Proserpina. You've trapped people in the city against their will, true. You've given terrible punishments to hundreds of people, some for minor sins, and some who committed no sins at all. I don't think talking about his wife is a good idea.
Every one of those people was guilty of failing to ensure their peers lived virtuously.
He said that so rhythmically. That had a beat to it.
They were punished collectively.
I could dance to his confession, honestly.
As did the Greeks before them.
Where I'm from, collective punishment is considered one of the most egregious crimes there is. If our positions were reversed, you wouldn't want me to punish you for the sins of other people.
But I'm a god, and you are a mortal. Why would you expect me to treat you as I treat my own kind? You are not a peer. You are not a respected equal.
Both
Let
were
me
good
ask
options.
you this. Do you treat insects as you wish to be treated?
Well, I don't kill spiders, but I guess I do make them homeless.
Your fellow man. Do you ensure they have food and shelter and protection from predators? Do you give them rights? Of course not. Because that would be absurd. Just as it would be absurd for me to treat your kind as equal.
If I lie to him, he's gonna judge me very bad. Your kind of mind can't be so different, given that you're in love with one of us.
My love for her does not mean I am not superior, now that she is mortal.
Oh, good. It's master-slave kind of fucking kink, I see. What makes your kind superior to mine? That sounds arrogant. Perhaps you're not as different from humans as you think.
Bah, for a moment I thought you might have been building to a point, but I see now you are just...
I really got something good. I just need to make one argument decent. I could go into the files and delete your ears if I wanted to, arsehole. I'm your god. Makes your kind superior to mine.
To begin, our lifespans exceed yours by thousands of years.
So do the Asari. I've still entered tons of them.
Vast wisdom and a mastery of technology you cannot begin to imagine.
Why does wisdom and technology make you superior? Maybe I can convince him he's wasting time.
Because that is the source of our power over you.
So you think you're not obliged to treat us fairly because you're more powerful than us, which means you're just like the fucking magistrate. I'm getting close to something.
You could say that.
What was it that the Roman Stoics said? Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you.
My kin have no superior.
Are you fucking sure about that? Didn't you say Jupiter was your leader? There's a hierarchy within your kin.
That is true.
I'm about to use my silver tongue to lick the skin right off a god. Let's go. So are you treating humans the way you would wish Jupiter to treat you?
Make your point.
I just did. What else can I do with that? I'm saying, if you can't follow your own rule, how can you expect humans to?
Let me ponder that for a moment.
Oh, he actually needs thinky time.
Right.
His giant sexy synapses aren't as smooth as he thinks they are.
I have been in the wrong. No, the very thought of it grieves me. How can I accept your argument when doing so would make me a tyrant and a monster?
Aww. Oh, he's about to have a tantrum because he's been called out. Got you red-handed, or just red. Honestly, you're covered in the blood of several thousands of civilizations going deep back to the Sumerians. You're not a monster. You're a human and you made a mistake. He's not a human. That's just going to offend him. It's the truth. You committed atrocities. You need to own up to it.
Your hubris grows tiresome. You will make a fine
No!
statue.
No! 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 I hate you! Oh, I thought we were gonna finally fucking do it. You can't cancel culture a god.
Do you really think you can wound me, a god, with that primitive weapon?
It's the weapon of your other god, who I think is... You may be immortal, but your beloved isn't.
How dare you threaten her? This ends now.
Actually, I just kind of want her nice hat.
The many shall suffer.
Oh, I broke her!
The sins of the one.
I broke her! Where is it? That's her feet! Not the feet! Oh, I'm technically as magical as him now? Should I just pull out the Glock? God, that would be beautiful. Rewind time, show Pluto! You have Proserpina's... No! Ow! Oh, no. I'm gonna look like such a shiny little hedgehog once we're out of this. Are they gonna be fighting me? I mean, they actually have weapons, but they just don't seem to give a shit. I think they're into it. I might finally be able to free them too. What does he give you? Why do you work for him? He's not making this easy on you. You can't move, you don't have any limbs. No. Don't stop your toe to death. Monies. And a dead lady. That's all you can offer me? Okay, boring. That reminds me of a magic 8-ball. I know exactly what you mean, and I'm really upset that I do. We could have got so much more out of that conversation. I'm pretty sure I can talk him to death. It's just really, really scary. And I'm not very good at it. I just want to see the god cry on his fucking knees. I'm gonna get a magical mystical blowjob if it ends me, and it will.